This episode of Man of Prestige, Google it. You should know what inflation is because honestly, it affects all of the money we carry around. Okay, it affects all of the money. What it means is that the $1 in your pocket right now, I don't carry cash. Let me see. Let me have one hanging out here. I have nothing here. Okay, I have credit cards and stuff. But I try to have at least $100-$200 on me at any point in time, but that money declines in value for every second it sits in your pocket. The cash declines in money, or anything that represents cash in the bank account. So if you have money in your checking account, which is cash essentially by definition, it's also declining in value because of what we call inflation. Okay, inflation. So inflation is basically when the cyclical movement in the market, economy crashes. Best investment right now. 3 things to consider. First of all, in this video, I'm going to share with you what I think the best investment is right now in this moment. I don't care when you're watching this video. It's true 100% of the time. However, let's read the quote really quickly. The most important question for most people when it comes to investing is what they should be investing in. In this lesson, we will discuss what the best type of investment is based on, what you're looking for out of your investment. Okay, so we will discuss what the best type of investment is based on and what you're looking for out of your investment. Yeah, so that's the quote. I don't know, but let's talk about it. For me personally, I'm adding these 5 tips for you, or 5 things that you should consider when you're considering what the 5 best investment is. Number 1, number 5, you should consider goals. What do you want from the investment? What is the reason why you are investing, right? There are many reasons why you may be investing. Maybe it sounds cool to invest. A lot of people, when I hear them talk, I could just tell that they want to subscribe to the idea of investment because it sounds cool to just invest, right? They're not wrong. I think it's cool to be an investor. I think it's cool to be inclined to want to take some risk, invest, because that's where a lot of the rewards are, right? When it comes to financial, right? So with that being said, the number 5 thing that you should consider is, what are your goals? You need to identify that for yourself. I don't want to tell you what that is, okay? Thing number 4, let's assume that your goal is to save money, right? Then obviously there are certain investment vehicles that you probably want to subscribe to. And the honest truth is that if you're like 22 years old, you have at least, let me do the math real quick. You have at least 40 years plus to save money, right? You could save significant amount of money between 22 and 65. I think the math is, if you put 10% or 20% of your money away, you could build a nice retirement, $1 million or more by the age 65, where you can retire just off of the dividends of that money, right? So if all you want to do is save money, there's a different type of investment vehicle you should subscribe to, and they are usually less aggressive, and it's about putting your money away and just diligently doing that with some level of discipline. Thing number 3. Okay, thing number 3 is protection from inflation. Do you know what inflation is? Let me break that down. If you don't know what inflation is, you could Google it. You should know what inflation is because honestly, it affects all of the money we carry around. Okay, it affects all of the money. What it means is that the $1 in your pocket right now, I don't carry cash. Let me see. Let me have one hanging out here. I have nothing here. Okay, I have credit cards and stuff. But I try to have at least $100-$200 on me at any point in time, but that money declines in value for every second it sits in your pocket. The cash declines in money, or anything that represents cash in the bank account. So if you have money in your checking account, which is cash essentially by definition, it's also declining in value because of what we call inflation. Okay, inflation. So inflation is basically when the cyclical movement in the market, economy crashes, something happened to the whole world that slowed down the economy. To encourage obviously everyone's productivity also slows down. So to encourage people to get back to work, you will see a government, a sovereign country, government of a sovereign country will print money. Okay, what that means is that they say, hey, we own the central bank or the Federal Reserves for the United States. We're just going to print some money and give people free money. Okay, so free money actually declines the value of the money that's already in your pocket. All right, so and there are many other things that also that's called inflation. Okay, there are many other things that declines the value of the money. The purchasing power is what we're calling value, right? So you find that what you could purchase, if you could purchase this wallet for $20 3 years ago, or today you have to spend $23. Okay, so that means that $20 is declined in value, right? And we have to spend a little bit more. That's called inflation. So one of the reasons you want to consider when you're considering what's the best investment is protection against inflation. Do you want to protect? Because if you're just saving money, depends on what kind of vehicle you're saving that money in, you want to make sure you're addressing inflation. Okay, make sure that the money you're generating, or let me say the interest your money is generating, is not less than the inflation rate. That's precisely why we want to make sure of that. Thing number 2 you want to consider is higher returns. Like if you're younger, you may have a higher appetite for a certain level of risk, and higher risk can mean higher rewards, can also mean you lose all your money. So this is another balance that you want to strike when you're deciding what the best investment is for you. And that's the whole point of building a healthy portfolio that kind of like mitigate against all those different factors, right? So thing number 1, the best investment ever. So I'm going to, as my thing number 1, I'm going to give you the best investment ever, and that's investing in yourself. Okay, no matter which vehicle you decide to invest in, make sure you invest in yourself first. What that means is in your knowledge. Okay, and in your knowledge, it's not just theoretical knowledge in terms of mentorship, coaching, and making sure that you are also leveraging other people's experiences in addition to gaining experience. You see, experience is always going to be the best teacher, period. Point blank, space. One of my mentors will say that, right? Experience is the best teacher, right? And one of the best ways you can leverage that idea is to buy mentorship, buy coaching, so you can leverage other people's mentorship. There's some things that just cannot be written in a book or recorded on a video that you will only get from working closely with a mentor over time. Okay, and the only way to acquire it is by investing in yourself. Sometimes that means you have to invest money in yourself. It's the best investment ever, because how many times have you heard of an athlete who did not invest in themselves? They made all of this money, hundreds of millions of dollars, and lost them all. That story never gets old. It continues to happen, by the way, because in the grand scheme of things, most people just don't pay attention to little simple things like the best investment is in yourself.